the USS Scorpion, USS Tang, USS Thresher, KURSK, and Titan Submersible. 5 names that have become synonymous with underwater tragedy, causing more than 400 deaths. Each of these submarines met a horrific end, claiming the lives of all those aboard. As we count down these deadly disasters, we'll reveal the shocking details behind their final moments and the lessons learned from their watery graves. The USS Scorpion, a nuclear-powered attack submarine designed for Cold War operations, met a mysterious end on May 22, 1968. Declared overdue at its naval base in Virginia, the Scorpion's last reported position was about 50 miles south of the Azores. The wreckage was eventually found at the bottom of the Atlantic, with all 99 crew members lost. The circumstances surrounding the Scorpion's sinkings remain shrouded in mystery, with several theories but no conclusive answers. Despite its advanced capabilities, the USS Scorpion had a reputation for mechanical problems, earning it the nickname USS Scrap Iron from some. One theory suggests that the Mark 37 torpedo on board could have overheated and exploded, causing a fire. Seismograph records indicated 2 explosions at the time of the Scorpion's disappearance, lending credence to the possibility. Another theory points to a malfunction in the trash disposal unit, which could have led to flooding and an explosion of the submarine's battery. Similar incidents have occurred on other submarines, making this a plausible scenario. A further theory posits a hydrogen explosion, with hydrogen released during battery charging, igniting once the watertight doors were shut. The hot run torpedo scenario, in which a torpedo might have accidentally launched and homed in on the Scorpion itself, is one of the most talked about theories. Given that the Scorpion was set to spy on a Soviet flotilla, there are also theories suggesting that it was sunk by a Soviet attack. Former submariners have reported that such skirmishes were common during the Cold War. Despite numerous investigations, the U.S. Navy has never issued a formal reason for the Scorpion's sinking, fielding conspiracy theories. The Navy's refusal to reopen the case or permit dives to the wreck, which lies approximately 11,200 feet below the surface of the Atlantic, has only intensified speculations about the true cause of this deadly disaster. From one submarine tragedy to another, the USS Tang, a Balo-class submarine active during World War II, faced a cruel twist of fate when its own weapon became its undoing. The USS Tang, launched in August 1943, had a short but illustrious 14-month career. During its service, the Tang sank an impressive 33 ships, totaling 227,793 tons, and rescued 22 naval aviators, earning 2 Presidential Unit citations. However, the submarine's final patrol in the Taiwan Strait on October 24, 1944, would be its last. After successfully sinking 2 firefighters, a tanker, and damaging a transport, the Tang launched its final torpedo, which malfunctioned and circled back towards the submarine. Commanding Officer Richard H. O'Kane attempted to maneuver the Tang out of the torpedo's path, but it struck the sub's port side, causing a devastating explosion that instantly killed nearly half the crew and sent the submarine plummeting to a depth of 180 feet on the ocean floor. In the forward torpedo room, 29 men were positioned for escape, but some were too injured to attempt the perilous ascent. With smoke from an electrical fire in the forward battery filling the compartment, the urgency to escape intensified. The first 4 men utilized Momsen lungs, a device that recycles exhaled air, allowing them to breathe while ascending from the depths. Out of the 13 men who made the daring attempt, only 8 reached the surface, and just 5 managed to swim until they were captured by Japanese patrols. As the pressure within the submarine increased, the torpedo room door eventually blew open, asphyxiating the remaining sailors who had not managed to escape. The 9 survivors, including Commander O'Kane, endured Japanese POW camps until the end of the war. The USS Tang's tragic end serves as a stark reminder of the inherent dangers of submarine warfare, where even a vessel's own weaponry can become its ultimate undoing. From the cruel twist of fate that befell the USS Tang, we turn our attention to the USS Thresher, a nuclear-powered submarine that embarked on a series of deep-diving tests. Little did its crew know that these trials would lead to one of the most catastrophic submarine disasters in history. The USS Thresher, a nuclear-powered attack submarine, embarked on a series of deep diving tests on April 10, 1963, approximately 220 miles east of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. As the vessel approached its test depth during the trials, the submarine rescue ship Skylark received garbled communications, indicating minor difficulties in attempts to surface. Tragically, these would be the last messages received from the Thresher before it sank to the ocean floor, claiming the lives of all 129 crew members and shipyard personnel aboard. Investigations into the disaster revealed that the probable cause was the failure of a saltwater piping system joint that relied heavily on silver brazing instead of welding. The high-pressure water spraying from the broken pipe joint likely shorted out electrical panels, causing a reactor shutdown and a catastrophic loss of propulsion. Compounding this critical situation was the inability to blow the ballast tanks due to excessive moisture in the submarine's high-pressure air flasks. The moisture froze and plugged the flask's flow paths while passing through the valves, preventing the emergency blow system from functioning properly. Admiral Hyman Rickover, during the 1963 inquiry, emphasized that the loss of the Thresher should not be viewed solely as a result of a specific component failure, but rather as a consequence of the overarching philosophy of design, construction, and inspection practices in naval shipbuilding programs. He stressed the importance of reevaluating these practices to ensure that advancements in technology do not come at the cost of fundamental engineering principles. The USS Thresher disaster served as a wake-up call from the U.S. Navy, leading to the implementation of the rigorous SUBSAFE program to prevent similar tragedies in the future. The incident remains a somber reminder of the inherent dangers faced by submariners and the critical importance of adhering to strict safety protocols in the unforgiving depths of the ocean. As the world mourned the loss of the Thresher and its crew, another nation would soon face its own submarine tragedy, one that would not only claim numerous lives, but also expose systemic failures in emergency response and governmental transparency. The sinking of the Russian submarine KURSK during a naval exercise would become a defining moment in the nation's history, forever etched in the memories of those who witnessed the unfolding crisis. On August 12, 2000, the Russian nuclear-powered submarine KURSK sank in the Barents Sea during a naval exercise, plunging the nation into a state of shock and disbelief. Initial reports indicated that the submarine was not carrying nuclear warheads, alleviating immediate concerns of a radiation leak. However, the true extent of the disaster soon came to light. Two powerful explosions rocked the KURSK, the first equivalent to 100 to 250 kilograms of TNT, and the second a devastating 3 to 7 tons of TNT. These blasts, believed to have been caused by a faulty torpedo using highly combustible high-test peroxide as propellant, were so immense that they registered on the Richter scale at 2.2 and between 3.5 and 4.4, respectively. The explosions claimed the lives of 95 of the 118 crew members instantly, while the remaining 23 took refuge in the rear compartment. Tragically, these survivors faced a desperate struggle, ultimately succumbing to carbon monoxide poisoning and lack of oxygen. Norwegian divers later discovered their bodies in the 9th compartment, alongside evidence of a failed attempt to change a chemical oxygen cartridge that had ignited after falling into oily water. As the world watched in horror, the Russian government's handling of the disaster came under heavy criticism. Rescue efforts were marred by delays, poor weather, and lack of visibility, compounded by the Russian Navy Command's hesitation to initiate search and rescue operations and the rejection of assistance offers from Western countries. President Vladimir Putin faced significant public backlash for his perceived mishandling of the situation and reluctance to accept international aid promptly, which could have potentially saved their surviving crew members. A year after the tragedy, an international consortium led by a Dutch salvage company recovered the KURSK from the seabed, allowing for the proper burial of 115 of the 118 crew members. The incident left an indelible mark on Russian society, with the government providing substantial compensation to the victims' families and a rare display of support. As the world grappled with the aftermath of the KURSK disaster, another tragedy loomed on the horizon. The Titan submersible, an audacious endeavor to explore the wreckage of the Titanic would soon capture global attention for all the wrong reasons. Little did the crew know that their mission would be plagued by technological flaws and a lack of safety measures, ultimately leading to a catastrophic implosion in the unforgiving depths of the ocean. The Titan submersible, a marvel of modern engineering, embarked on an audacious mission to explore the wreckage of the Titanic. Lying approximately 12,500 feet below the surface of the Atlantic Ocean. However, this ambitious endeavor was plagued by technological flaws and a lack of safety measures that would ultimately lead to a catastrophic implosion in the unforgiving depths. The Titan's design was unconventional, with its hull primarily constructed from experimental carbon fiber and 2 titanium end caps, a departure from the traditional materials used in submarine construction. The submersible's control mechanisms were equally unorthodox, utilizing a modified video game controller instead of the sophisticated systems typically found in submarines. On June 18, 2023, the Titan lost contact with its support ship, the Polar Prince. Approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes into its descent, a multinational search operation ensued, spanning 4 days and employing aircraft, ships, and remotely operated vehicles. Despite these efforts, the Titan's fate remained uncertain until debris was discovered, indicating a devastating implosion. Experts concluded that the immense pressure at such depths, coupled with the integrity issues of the Titan's carbon fiber hull, led to the instantaneous implosion, claiming the lives of all 5 passengers aboard. Among the victims were a British billionaire adventurer, a director of underwater research for RMS Titanic, a British-Pakistani businessman and his son, and OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush. Rush's controversial views on safety regulations, prioritizing innovation over excessive safety measures, had raised concerns among industry experts. James Cameron, director of Titanic, criticized the Titan safety standards, emphasizing that deep-sea exploration should never compromise on safety. OceanGate's own director of marine operations had raised safety concerns about the Titan as early as 2018, but these warnings went unheeded. Submarine disasters serve as stark reminders of the importance of safety measures and technological oversight in preventing tragedies. As we reflect on the lives lost in these catastrophes, we must recognize the inherent risks of underwater exploration and the human cost of deadly errors. The USS Scorpion, USS Thresher, USS Tang, KURSK, and Titan submersible incidents each underscored the need of rigorous safety protocols and a commitment to learning from past mistakes. By honoring the legacies of those who perished and implementing the lessons learned, we can strive to create a safer future for all who venture beneath the waves.